guys, and welcome back to the Ducks and Dogs podcast. My name is Mike, here with my co-host Matt. How you doing today, Matt?
I mean, Jimmy Lake's gone, so
Better than him.
yeah, better than him. I can say that.
Minus the millions of dollars.
Yeah, granted, he's richer than I will ever be in my entire life, but it also sucks getting fired from your job. So, you know, yeah. I guess we could start off on that note.
Yeah, what's your first reactions to Jimmy Lake getting fired and potential names to replace him?
I'll say this because Jimmy Lake, obviously, a lot of people wanted him gone. I was in that boat, very outspokenly.
Bring
So
that boat week one.
But do have to acknowledge the good things he did for Washington when he wasn't a head coach, when he was DB's coach and D coordinator. Obviously did some very good things for this program, and for that we thank you, Jimmy. Sucks that the head coach thing didn't work out. Wish you best of luck. I think that he will be a good head coach down the road. Just didn't work out with Washington, and it'll probably be a while before he gets a shot like that again, but I think he will.
I think he's gonna get dropped to position coach at his next spot.
Probably. I think he'll work his way back up. It'll probably be at a lower,
UNLV,
not Power 5, probably like a Mountain West or something, lower Group of 5 level football program.
Didn't he go to Eastern Washington?
He did.
That'd be funny if their coach retired one day and
oh my gosh,
they gave him more.
He probably. I mean, that program is run pretty damn well.
It drives itself.
Yeah, you wouldn't have a hard time picking that program up. But you want to talk about some potential names? All right, I can list a few off here. Also, shout out Connor Jackson from Fifth Quarter. Dude writes a lot of articles. Came out with a good one today about some lower level coaches. Obviously, the big names are Stoops, Campbell. Obviously, everybody wants to go after. Which, if you could convince one of those two, I'm fine with that. But also, I think some other names we need to consider here. DeBoer from Fresno State. I honestly would really like that hire. He's done good things at Fresno State turning that program around. Connor mentions, and I haven't heard this brought up a lot. It's interesting that he brings it up. Brent Brennan from San Jose State. And that program was in kind of a development stage for a long period of time. He does not have a winning record as head coach. The article says he's 20-36 as a head coach.
Mario. So
yeah, but like I'm saying, that program was under development for a long time, and they're reaping the benefits of that, development in the past couple seasons. Obviously, they went 7-1 last year. They're on an upward trend this year. Still, I don't think they've lost a few games, but they're still likely going to make a bowl. They're still winning a lot of football games, competing towards the top of the Mountain West. I think that's interesting. The problem I have is that obviously he's proven he can develop a program over the course of a few years, but I feel like Washington doesn't want a development type of head coach. They want somebody that can bring in and pretty damn near close to day one get results. I don't know how many coaches are on the market that are going to be able to do that. But if that's the case, I think you have to count Brennan out, unfortunately. I like what he's done with that San Jose State program, and it's a name worth mentioning. I just don't know if it'll pan out if he gets hired. And I'm sure there are a lot of Dog fans that aren't too keen on that happening. I think it's worth mentioning, though. Obviously, your boy Moorhead is in that article on that list. I don't know enough about him recruiting. Do you think you can, talk on that a little bit? What do you think? Do you think he would fit in at UW?
Do I think he would fit at UW, or do I think he would be a good coach? Because I don't think good coaches fit at UW. But
do you think he'd be a good coach? That's a better way to put it.
So I've heard some people say he's not a recruiter, which is a lot of bullshit. He's been the primary recruiter for a lot of Oregon's best commits lately. Isaiah Brevard, Ty Thompson, a lot of guys like that. He's a really good recruiter, and he's a good play caller. The only question mark is, can he hire a good staff, which I think he can. I think he got the short end of the stick at Mississippi State. I think they should have kept him, but they didn't, and now they have Mike Leach. But he's actually, he just pulled off a big win over there.
Yeah, so I was going to say, he's been pulling off some big wins this year, so you can't knock him too much.
He's losing the games you shouldn't lose and winning the games you shouldn't win.
Exactly.
It's Mike Leach. That's how it works.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I really think Joe Moorhead would be a good coach, and I think he would do good things for you guys. I just don't think your administration would like him very much because he's a good coach.
Yeah. That's fair. The administration is just kind of the big red flag problem with this whole hiring process because you don't know what direction they're going to go with it. I mean, they have the money to be able to hire like a good chunk of people, like pretty much almost anyone.
Your biggest issue rhymes with Ben Goen.
Who could that be?
I don't know.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Don't know who that could be. Yeah. So for those of you who are on the podcast from our Twitter feeds, when I was saying earlier that Washington might not be a better job than UCLA's and schools like that, it's not just because of Washington and the program around it. A lot of that is because of Jen Cohen. Like,
I think it's the biggest problem right now.
If I'm a coach
with that job,
if I'm a coach, just given Jen Cohen is at Washington, I'm going to TCU before Washington. I'm going to Virginia Tech. I'm going to UCLA. I'm going to USC. I'm going to LSU. I'm going to Miami. I'm going to anywhere that's open before Washington. Because I don't think Cohen makes it to the end of the year. And if you get hired by Cohen and the next AD comes in, that AD has no reason to be loyal to you. So you have one slip-up season. Just for example, Mario Cristobal at FIU led them to two of their best seasons where the AD got replaced. And after two of the best seasons FIU's ever had, they're only two bowl games they've ever been in. He has a little slip-up season, fired. Because he didn't have that leeway. You know, he wasn't hired by that athletic director, and he was just gone, kicked to the curb. They have less patience with you if they didn't hire you because you're their scapegoat to keep their job. So that's just a big red flag for any coach. And you have to hire a coach before the early signing day.
For sure. I think too with Jen Cohen, you mentioned that she should be gone. That's what you said, right?
She'll be gone after basketball season, which is too late.
I don't think that's going to happen. I think Jen Cohen is still going to be around because you look at everything besides men's basketball and football. And the thing that the president's looking at is as a whole athletic department, they are finding success still. They're still finding success.
Well, yeah, because nobody's trying to compete with you in rowing. Like
rowing. Well, you also look at softball. You look at volleyball.
Isn't your baseball coach about to get fired too?
I don't follow you to baseball like that. I know that like track and cross country, we're really good in Olympic sports for sure.
I heard a third coach. It was about to be 3 coaches getting fired in the same year.
Really?
That's what I heard.
Wow. Well, I don't know. I don't follow you to baseball like that. So I cannot.
I don't know if it was baseball. It could have not been. I just figured it was an irrelevant sport like that.
But like, anyways, like the other sports are still performing well, and that's why I think she's going to stick around because the president and the board of trustees, whatever, they're saying, oh, you know what, a lot of our sports are doing well, and football and basketball are still bringing in enough money to where they're efficient, and they're going to keep her around.
So she's Miami's AD. They just fired.
I guarantee you that's exactly what's going to happen, and she's going to stick around for another couple of years. Granted, like I think she should be gone. A lot of Husky Twitter thinks she should be gone, whatever, like, but we ultimately don't have a say because we're not running the university.
So it's literally being ran like Miami West right now.
Yeah.
The other
we made that comparison with was it Antoine?
We made it way before that. We made it early on.
Well, because we had the Clemson comparison. I thought Antoine was the one that we talked about.
When we originally made the Clemson comparison in like episode 3 or 4, I said you're closer to Miami than Clemson as a joke. But turns out it was,
and then it
accurate.
turned. Yeah, I was gonna say, started as a joke, and then it's like, oh, this is
spicy.
a lot more comparison than you'd like to admit. Sorry to get a little off track there. The last name I wanted to mention, obviously, Jonathan Smith. I've been very high on this. He has experience within the UW coaching tree. I don't think it's gonna happen, but I want it to happen.
So who do you think is gonna get the job?
I have a feeling it's not going to be any of the people I just listed.
I think I know who you think it's going to be because I think it's going to be him too.
I have a feeling it's going to be Wilcox. I know deep in my soul it is going to be Wilcox.
Hear me out.
Yeah.
Justin Wilcox, head coach.
Mm-hmm.
Offensive coordinator, Mark Helfrich. Defensive coordinator, Keith Hayward. You could make much worse hires.
You could make worse hires.
Much worse.
Just the, like, oh, what is the word I'm looking for? I just love
that every time you guys go to hire a coach, it seems like they came from Oregon.
Yeah. You just, what is the word I'm looking for? Like the resume. It's just like.
It's underwhelming.
The energy of those names is just like, oh. Like,
okay, do you want energy and like buzz around the names? Why don't you go for Chip Kelly?
Who?
Mm,
I don't know about that hire.
exactly.
But he has had some success at UCLA, but I
Yeah,
don't know.
I think
I
people
don't think
like
he would
Carlos are
not be a
tripping. I
fit
think he's
at
done good at UCLA.
Washington.
Yeah, I mean,
He would not be a fit.
but you want a buzz hire, but buzz hires
Yeah.
won't be a fit at Washington. Period.
Yeah, but I'm saying more so than a lot of the other names I listed, he wouldn't fit.
My thought process is any of the guys with big buzz around their names probably aren't coming to Washington.
Yeah. Sadly, I have a feeling it's either Wilcox or somebody from the that we've never heard of before.
I think it's Wilcox or DeBoer, but I don't know if DeBoer leaves Fresno for Washington. And
See,
I mean that in the nicest way possible to Husky fans before they comment about how unlikable I am.
I think they would. I think Washington has enough money to throw at him, and it's appealing enough to where he would take the job.
But what if he's like, oh, well, the next LA job opens up and I'm going there, or Cal opens up and I'm going there, or
he's not. No way anybody is going to Cal before Washington.
Well, he's from California, isn't he?
Yeah, but Cal Berkeley as a head coach football job, that's not ideal.
Jen Cohen isn't your AD.
Also true.
See,
I think if you throw a decent paycheck at DeBoer, he would take the job, and I would be okay with that. I would be okay with him as the head coach. I would actually be pretty excited with him as the head coach.
I think so. Of the most realistic options, are going to be Justin Wilcox, Kalen DeBoer, and Joe Moorhead.
Mm-hmm.
I think those are the three realistic options we could actually.
I think so. I think you could even. I think just Wilcox and DeBoer alone. I don't even think you need to include Moorhead in that list. I don't see Moorhead wanting to leave Oregon.
He's going to go
even
from a
even if he
team
has a
to
head coaching job.
game.
I don't think he wants to leave Oregon, and that's not even just because it's UW. I don't think he wants to be the head coach right now in a lot of places, unless I think Nick Saban
Mario.
died and that job was open. Yeah.
But if Nick Saban's gone, it's Kirby.
Exactly.
It's Kirby, Mario, or Dabo.
Everybody and their mother's trying to throw their hat into the ring for that job.
Let's just for a second. Saban retires out of nowhere. It's between Lane, Kirby, Mario, and Dabo, right? I mean,
I have a hard time thinking Alabama would hire Dabo, but
yeah, I would hope they didn't hire a racist coach.
It's not what I said. Mike said that.
I
didn't say that.
I stood 10 toes on that shit too.
I was.
What's up, bro?
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Dabo's, just how he conducts himself. And with Clemson losing the fashion that they are this season, a lot has been revealed about his character.
Okay, so Lane, Kirby, Mario, right? Those are the three then.
Yeah.
Who else would have they're not fucking hiring Sark.
No.
They're not gonna promote Bill O'Brien. They're not that dumb.
That UW coaching tree with Sark's just looking better and better with each passing day. It's a joke, Mike. They just lost to Kansas. That's the joke.
listen. If they start
also, hey, shout out to that walk-off that caught the game-winning 2-point conversion.
Yeah, that
dude's a baller. Yes, sir.
And it's great. Even if the Peterson coaching tree has success, I just claim it as the Oregon coaching tree.
Because it also like the meme
Bilotti coaching tree.
The meme of the guys on the moon. It's all Oregon. Always has been.
Always has been. Yeah, I'm just like, okay, Chris Peterson does well. Yeah, Oregon coach. Lake sucks. Not an Oregon coach.
I think if you can convince Stoops somehow to come, you get him. But obviously, if the pipe dream doesn't work out, I would like to bore. I think that's a good hire.
Ever work out?
Never hurts to try.
Who's gotten their ideal coach? You see, of late, if you genuinely think about it,
who
has gotten the perfect coach they wanted? Now, not saying it worked out. UCLA got the coach they wanted because they were competing with Florida for him.
Yeah.
Who else got the coach they wanted? Oregon's players forced Oregon to hire Mario, and it's worked out. But Oregon's admin, I don't think wanted to hire him.
I can't think of anybody recently.
Fickle? Florida State got him. They got Taggart.
Cincinnati wanted Fickle really bad. I remember that.
Yeah.
But that was still a few years ago, I think, right?
Yeah. And, we'll use this as a segue. Transitioning into teams wanting coaches.
Oh.
Washington East, the University of Miami, and Florida, not Ohio. They're about the same quality, so you never know which one is which.
Hey, shout out Miami, Ohio. My boy Zach, one of my college football teammates, is an assistant there at Miami, Ohio.
They're playing right now.
Yeah, shout out Maction. We love some good Maction in here.
That's why we're not watching it.
Yep.
No, but the University of Miami's fans have been all over Twitter clamoring that Mario Cristobal is going to be their next head coach because they are hiring as an athletic director. It seems to be Mario Cristobal's longtime friend as their athletic director. So there's been a lot of buzz on their Twitter feed about that. And one, I think this might be obvious. Do you want Mario to go to the Miami, or are you of the rare Pac-12 fan base who thinks Mario sucks even though he's going to win like 8 Pac-12 titles in a row and still suck at coaching?
Well, obviously, as a Husky fan, I would like him to leave. That would be awesome.
I didn't know if you were of Carlos's mindset that he sucks.
No, Carlos is an interesting character. I like Carlos. Looking at your and Carlos's Twitter interactions. They're quite entertaining. Yeah, obviously, I would like Mario to take the Miami job. Is it going to happen? You would have to be on some kind of meth or drugs or hard
bath
drugs.
Salts.
Something not, yeah, bath salts. That'd be fitting for Florida.
I live there. I can say
it. Yeah, you'd have to be smoking some good shit for Mario to want to leave Oregon for Miami. I'm sorry.
Like why? What football sense does it make?
It makes literally no sense. I don't even know if they can offer more money. What is Cristobal's salary right now?
His salary's not high, but they can't. Their highest net worth booster is 1.2 billion.
Like Oregon, if they are really afraid of losing him, they'll probably throw him the bag, and they're more than capable of doing so.
Were you around when they offered Chip Kelly $12 million if he didn't go to the NFL a year?
I mean, I don't remember it specifically, but
they offered him $12 million a year to stay. Miami's not throwing $12 million a year out at nobody and hiring an assistant pool.
Yeah.
So what it all comes down to, which I think he does, but if Phil Knight believes Mario is going to win Oregon their first championship, it's a blank check.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fill it in. Like, what do you need? That's what he did with Bellotti. He goes to, after Oregon wins their first, or was it Bellotti or Brooks? I think it was Bellotti. Oregon goes to the New Year's Six game, goes to that Rose Bowl, loses. They get beat by Penn State, I believe it was, or some school later on, whichever one it was.
I can't remember. Yeah.
Actually, I think it was Joey Harrington in the Fiesta Bowl. But he goes up to Bellotti afterwards. This is on the Mighty Oregon podcast. Rob Mullins does great work with that, interviewing a lot of former Oregon people. And Phil Knight walks up to him and says, what do we need? Like, what do we need to make this program consistently at this level? And he's like, an indoor practice facility. And he's like, he was telling him how we had to fundraise for it. No, it was done in 6 months. So, like, if Phil believes that Mario will win Oregon a national championship, you're not outbidding Oregon for him. No matter how much money your school has, you're not outbidding Oregon for him if Phil believes in him.
Yeah, they definitely have enough money to just throw at him to get him to stay. And I think selling Miami over Oregon is difficult in the first place, considering where that program's. Sorry, my college is Under Armour. I'm a Husky fan, but Under Armour is what I'm biased to.
Damn, you just get shit no matter where you're at.
No, dude, our stuff is dope. We have sick uniforms, but also blue black is a pretty easy color combo to have cool uniforms for.
Yeah. So yeah, like there's no. I guess you could say his family, his heritage, his wife, all that, because his wife still lives in Miami.
Yeah, for sure.
But like you could say, his heritage, his family, yada yada yada. Cool. What football sense does it make? You go to Miami, you're probably fired in 3 years.
Yeah.
Like why?
Honestly,
why would you? They have worse facilities. They are in a worse conference.
I think Cristobal could have success in Miami.
Oh, I think he could succeed anywhere he goes.
I think he could totally succeed in Miami.
I think he could succeed anywhere.
Yeah, I don't think he wants to go to Miami. Not many people do.
He hasn't, if you think about it, he hasn't made a bad assistant hire yet. Every person he's hired who is left went to get a head coaching job.
Yeah. Or at the very least are half decent and still in college football coaching to some extent.
Well, all of the coordinators he's hired are either head coaches or still on staff. Levitt is the exception, actually, because Levitt and Mario didn't like each other.
Yeah.
So Levitt went with Taggart, and now he's at SMU. But Marcus Arroyo, head coach UNLV. Andy Avalos, head coach Boise State. Joe Moorhead's already in the talks for multiple head coaching jobs. Tim DeRuyter has not gotten as many looks, but I've seen him on a couple short lists for head coaching jobs. Like, he's not making bad hires.
Yeah.
And he's one of the best recruiters in the country. So I think he succeeds no matter where he goes. It's just, why would you leave this roster you've amassed to go to Miami and play and recruit against Clemson, Florida, Florida State, Alabama, Auburn, LSU for every single player, even the high 3-star, low 4-star guys you're competing for? Guess what? You're competing with them for them. In Oregon, it's like, all right, I want this guy, I'm gonna go push for him. I want this guy, I'm gonna go push for him. I want this guy, I'm gonna go push for him. And
here's a question I have though. Let's say the stars align, everything goes wrong, we're in the worst timeline. Mario accepts a job at Miami.
Cool.
How many players from Oregon follow him? Does he have that kind of effect to where he would bring kids with him?
So we were just in a Twitter Spaces, and there was a recruit's parent in there, and he was talking. Somebody asked him the same question.
Yeah.
And pretty much what was said was, well, all of these commits are really close to each other. So it's either going to be they all go or none of them go.
None of them go. Okay. Yeah, that's true.
There's so many of them have gotten so close. A lot of them, with Mario, we've seen kids commit early and stay committed. So a lot of these guys have had multiple visits or multiple Saturday Night Lives or multiple occasions to build up that chemistry with each other, and they're ready to go play football with each other.
Yeah, some of those early commits, I think I've only seen one flip, and that was somewhat recently,
the running
wasn't
back,
it?
and that was the running back out of Oregon, who went to Oregon State. But we also picked up Byron Cardwell and Seven McGee.
Yeah, no, for sure. But I'm just saying, like, it doesn't happen they keep early recruits. Like, that's just how it goes.
Yep. And, if we have lost a guy, it's been in the transfer portal. We just lost Kingsley Suamataia to BYU. And it seems like Micah is well on his way to going to USC. I guess that segues us right into
I was
going to
say, that's a perfect segue right there.
So Micah Pittman, if you haven't seen it, posted on his TikTok and his Instagram thing saying 4 out, and it's like, the hero becomes the villain in the city that you are or whatever, and that he's underappreciated and undervalued, and basically what it is he's not getting enough touches for his liking. Well, my thoughts on this. I don't blame him, because you need to go get, like, I understand you're in college, you have a chance to go to the draft, which is a chance at generational wealth. So yes, do what you got to do to be good at it. But I don't know how you could be upset and your dad throwing a fit up in the comments because you're not getting enough touches when you openly endorse the quarterback is playing. Knowing the quarterback is playing stylistically is not going to throw the ball 30 times a game. So how did you think Tyler Shuck was going to throw the ball 40 times a game? So why did you think your numbers were going to go up? The attempts went down, which means the completions are most likely going to go down, which means your receptions are likely to go down, which means your yards are likely going to go down. Your touchdowns are likely to go down. So I don't know what was truly expected going into that, but I mean, I hope he balls out at USC, which I think he will if he goes there, which I think it's a foregone conclusion. I think he'll ball out. I think he'll go to the league. But at the same time, we're not going to skip a beat. We're loaded at the wide receiver room, and I just put in a prediction on fifth quarter's crystal ball section to Kevin Coleman to Oregon. Like we're gonna be fine. We're going to be more than fine. We've seen how Devin Williams has played, and he's still got like 2-3 years of eligibility because of COVID. Devin Williams, when Drake London went down, Devin Williams might be the best wide receiver in the country. He's not getting the touches. But if you tell me you put him in every other system, he's not that wide receiver one, you're on crack.
That's a bold take. I'm high on Drake London. He's obviously hurt.
Drake
that
London's
Ohio
number
State
one.
receiver.
That's what I'm saying. Chris Olave.
Yeah, Drake London is for sure
Chris
number
Olave,
one.
Julian Fleming. Yeah, I know there's a bunch of good wide receivers.
Yeah,
I'm that high on Devin Williams.
Wow.
Chris,
I like that Ohio State receiver
to touch on Chris Olave. Chris Olave isn't going to be your number one guy at any level that he plays, because he's just a very fundamentally sound, not going to make mistakes guy. He's more Larry Fitzgerald than he is Calvin Johnson. if that
That's
makes
fair.
sense.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Devin Williams is more Calvin Johnson.
Okay. I see what you're saying.
I mean, yeah, he's going to be more consistent, but Devin Williams he's going to break games. Like, he literally broke the game for us against you guys.
Yeah.
Without him getting that big play, it's momentum can switch no matter what. And it seems when all else fails for Anthony Brown, he's played great. He showed me I'm an idiot multiple times, and I've shown him that I'm not an idiot a few times. But, you know, he's won more than I have. But,
Yeah.
but when all else fails and the play is breaking down, he's throwing it to Devin Williams, and Devin Williams is coming down with it. How? Don't fucking know. But he's doing it.
For sure.
There was a play, I think it was last week, or maybe it was against you guys. Was he like double or triple covered and somehow came down with the ball for a first down? I don't remember which game it was.
I don't remember that happening. I don't think it was Washington.
I don't know which game that was, but
yeah,
like, it's just like he's your security blanket. If all else fails, he's right there. And I don't think this is going to cause too much of an issue for us. I know, you know, I know Washington fans are going to run with it and love it. The talented wide receiver transferring from Oregon, Eugene, is in shambles.
Yeah, us, our lunatic fringe on UW Twitter, you know, we take anything we can get. So,
which is not much.
No, that's why we hold on to what we got.
Like 70-21 or whatever the fucking score is.
Yep. I saw Oregon Grello. He tweeted something. He was saying Grello? Like, yeah, bring the Webfoot uniforms back. And then somebody commented on that post that they need to bring about the next time they play UW as redemption, so they can just like ruin the one photo we have on you guys.
I hope we don't wear the Webfoots ever again.
They're so gross.
I want the like actual duck uniforms with like the green or the orange cleats and
I love those. I don't,
sick.
Dude. I do not know. I feel like a lot of Oregon fans do not like them. I love and I'm not big on Oregon uniforms. They are my absolute favorite Oregon Duck uniforms I've ever seen.
They're so clean.
They're so cool. I think that like just conceptually, I just love that it looks like a duck. Yeah, the concept is amazing. I like the eggshell
concept.
I'm not so big on that one. I don't know what it is.
Ohana was a great uniform.
Ohana's dope.
The candy apple from the playoff game, that was clean.
Those were pretty clean. Was that black, green, black?
No, that was green, green, green.
Green, green, green.
Yeah, that was the candy apple. We've worn black, green, black. Or no, green, black, green is what you're talking about? Or?
No, black, green, black. I could have sworn there was like a big game you guys played in black, green, black.
Probably.
Look it up.
We've worn like every combination of it. But yeah. I think everybody likes the throwbacks. The throwbacks are really clean. Mm-hmm. My favorite is probably it's probably them candy apple greens, just because like the memory associated with them uniforms of the playoff game and blowing out Florida State. And I really like all the ice whites, but everyone's like, oh, we always lose in white. Man, shut the fuck up. It's a uniform. I hate that. They're like, I get superstitions, but like, what color do you wear?
This had to have been in Mariota era, because there's a couple pictures of Mariota wearing black, green, green. I could have sworn there was a black, green, black, and it was like some big game. I can't remember.
I also like the ones we rock in the Rose Bowls, the chrome helmets, the nightmare green, and the black pants.
Yeah,
the ones we wore against Wisconsin both times we played them in the Rose Bowl.
Yeah, dude, those duck uniforms. Those are just like my absolute. They're the
cancer uniforms. The black and pink.
I can't, dude. Duck
are you one of those? You gotta rock your team colors, people.
No, I think the pink uniforms are sick. I just like the duck one better.
I hate those people who are like, there's no green and yellow.
I think anything breast cancer, like those uniforms usually turn out pretty cool.
And blackouts. They hate blackouts and whiteouts too.
Which I don't know why. I think whiteout is so clean and looks good for anybody.
You remember the whiteouts we had with Vernon Adams with the glossy helmet? Look up Vernon Adams all white uniforms. They have the glossy helmet with like the different duck logo on it, like the actual like duck head. They're sick.
Oh man, but they have the yellow lining, right?
Yes, I think so.
Black numbers, yellow lining.
Send it to me on Discord and I'll look at it. And I think that's what I'm talking about. They are the cleanest shit you can ever imagine. I fucking love those uniforms. Ice whites are always fire. Did you see what Utah's rocking for us?
Yes.
The USS Salt Lake City.
Yeah, those are pretty dope. I like those.
Now I hope we're rocking the green helmets. Like, can we break out the green helmets? Fucking please. Yeah, those are sick.
Those are pretty clean. I can't lie.
Let me see if I can't put these on the screen.
The full Duck uniform with the orange socks and cleats are the only Oregon uniforms I will fully admit that I love.
Can't get it on the screen. Damn it. But yeah, they're fucking beautiful, dude. I love them. It's some of the best shit. Do we really have anything else to touch on? Obviously, you guys suck. We're doing good. We're still third in the playoff rankings.
We're gonna get the first ever Apple Cup with no actual head coaches. That should be interesting.
Lake and Nick Rolovich undefeated in the Apple Cup.
True. Two legends in their own right.
All right. Well, Matt, we're gonna switch it up. You want to sign us out today?
Yeah, I could sign us out. Make sure to follow us on the links in the YouTube description at Matt Schwaz at LaMike Black for those of you audio listeners on Twitter. But yeah, we'll see you guys next time. This is Mike and Matt signing out for the Ducks and Dogs podcast. Go Dogs.